Hi everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. Face shave time. I've just done my head shave with Mitchell's Roll Fat and the leaf razor and it was fantastic, really. It wasn't a very good lather, to be honest. It was quite airy and it dissipated a little, but the slickness and the post shave is, I mean, my head feels silky smooth, moisturised, fantastic. I love it. This one is going to have Amaretto Speciale from Moon Soaps, based over in the States. The tallow that is in these is actually hand rendered by the gentleman that makes it, and it's a fantastic taupe, fantastic soap. There you go, rendered in-house tallow formula. Now every soap that comes out of Moon Soap, every shaving soap at least, has got a different formulation in the base. Now this is the shaving cream. There was 6 ounces of it from the butcher to the barber, and it is fantastic. It is pure sort of, it's pure marzipan. It is marzipan with a scent strength through the roof. It is phenomenal. Scent strength's like an 8 out of 10. It's so strong. It's creamy. It's sweet. It's definitely good enough to eat, that sort of scent. The brush that I'm using today is my Envy Shave abalone brush, which was actually sent this to Milton over at Turn and Shave, and he very kindly repolished the handle for me, which had been scuffed up and scratched and sort of damaged during transit across the world. I was the second or third owner of this brush. Second owner, I think. It's got a 25mm black wolf knot. The same knots from Peter Wolf over at Wolf Whiskers. I think that's where Nathan Clark gets his knots from. It's an absolutely beautifully soft knot. There's no like backbone with it. You can see it just collapses. But it's beautiful, it really is. And if you like a soft knot or you get sensitive skin, these knots are the way to go. And to be honest with you, this handle is my number one handle in terms of overall looks, feel, and it is my favourite handle in the den. It's not my favourite knot, but it's my favourite handle. Now, this is a cream, but it has firmed up. You can see there's a little bit of saponification on this side here, where it's sort of, some of the fats or whatever it is has come through the top. God, that's sick. But it's firm enough that I can lather from it and I can clean the tub out with the water, so I'm going to get stuck straight in on top of it and lather on top of it. Now it's still soft enough that I can actually just scoop it out very easily and put it in a bowl or rub it on your face, however you want to do it. I like to load from the tubs. Doesn't matter whether it's a soap or a cream. If I can do it with a cream, I will. Get a good load in this today. Right, load done. I've got the severe shakes today. I have been out and done a bit of exercise, which has actually made me feel better, if I'm honest. Just rinse the soap out now, or the cream, should I say. It's not a soap, it's a cream. And I can set that to the side to start drying. The labels from Moon Soap, spot on, really nice labelling. It is super high quality. Yeah, I think he actually runs he's got his own design company, so he designs labels and website stuff like that, and so his designs are spotless. They're really good. The labels are all nice and straight, they're waterproof, they're high quality, they really are. Try to think of what his name was. It's been going through my head. It's Zach, and Zach makes the shaving soap. His wife Melody makes everything else. He also makes brushes as well. Turns brushes, but Melody makes all the all the hand soaps, all the moisturising creams, I think, and stuff. I'm pretty sure she probably had a hand in the moisturising creams that they also do from Moon Soap as well for the shaving side. I had one ingrown hair down here. You can probably just see that little blemish down there. The only thing that turns me off a little bit with this, and touch wood, nothing's happened yet, it may do in this shave now that I'm speaking about it, because the scent is so strong, I'm always a bit worried that it's going to react to my skin. This is going to take quite a bit of water, I think. Now, this is one of the first videos you've watched. You'll think that's going nowhere. When you spray the brush, it just explodes. Yeah, that's very, very dry still. Add a bit of water into the knot. And again. And again. It's not the wife farting, it's one of the kids. Right, that is a fantastic, phenomenal lather. Feels incredible on the skin. There's loads of it. And here we go. Using the Feather Artist Club once again for a daily shave. This is the second use on this blade. I did 2 passes yesterday. It definitely, my skin didn't feel quite as nice because of that fresh, clean, sharp, very sharp edge. But let's just see how it feels on the second daily shave. It's definitely smoother because that blade's so sharp, it's just slicing through the hair. Super duper. Right, switch to the left hand, dry my hand. Here we go, I just looked here, I didn't think it was recording, but it is. just a fantastic blade, fantastic razor. It's comfortable, it's got a great weight. I think I just took a chunk of skin. I have, look at that. That's not a chunk, but definitely got me. I have to be honest, it's been a while since I have shed blood. Well, a good amount of it at least. It lets me know I'm still human. Not bad, not bad. Right, get this cleaned off. The lab is actually a little bit dry. It's coming off reasonably clean, but it's still a little bit dry. Right, let's clean up here and just see how bad this is. See whether this is an emergency department job or a good old bit. It's actually not too bad, but it's bad enough. It's bad enough to pull out the old styptic. So I'm just going to fill the sink up. Grab my trusty styptic pencil. I think that there, the 98.66, I think that is the pain factor. 98.66 of sting factor. It's not really, I'm just talking shit. Just give that a rinse off and stick it to the side to dry. And you'll see straight I've got one weeper there, two weepers there. Definitely the sharper blade, the new blade that's in here. You do notice the difference. Like I say, when I was using that blade, the previous one, it was really smooth because obviously you've taken that initial clean machined edge off it, and that's why straight razors generally are better, a more comfortable shave, because you don't have that sharp machined edge. So as you can see, the good old styptic is, it's amazing stuff, it really is. I always find it amazing how quickly it closes off wounds. Now if you put it on when you're shaving, I recommend washing it off before you put your next lather on, because if you don't, it does tend to, well, I find it kills the lather in that section, and it can have an effect for some reason across the lather and your whole face. Scent on this soap is fantastic. Such a great scent strength, you know. It's strong, but it's because of the scent. It's not like an overpowering strong that puts you off the smell. I'll be honest with you, I thought I got myself again there. Do you know what I think it is? I think it's because I'm so tired. I've got myself here as well. I'm so exhausted from lack of sleep. At each shave that goes by, I'm just more and more fatigued, and you can't really use these efficiently if you're fatigued, as far as I'm concerned. That's why the safety razor comes in very, very handy. Don't ever get rid of it. Caught myself there. This is not a technique lesson, this one, I tell you. Right, that. It's what happens when you're not a skilled shaver. You get a lot of blood, but it's all a learning curve. And if you don't go through these little bits of pain, and all the nicks, and all the cuts, and all the weepers, well, trying to find the technique, you're never going to get better with them. Now, shavettes might not be something that stays in my rotation every single shave, but I want to get to a point where I'm so comfortable with it that I don't really need to think about the shave. I mean, of course you need to think about the shave, but just where the use of it becomes so intuitive that you probably could do it when you're fatigued, that sort of way. I'm certainly not blaming the lather, because this stuff is slick as slick. It's got great protection, it's got all this stuff. This is all down to, the carved Christopher Bradley razor in aluminium with the B plate. You can probably hear there's a little bit more here today, because I didn't feel like I had the same sort of shave as I did yesterday or the previous days. That's a cracker as well, look at that. It's a bloody cracker. Ooshed. Yeah, this isn't a fucking great one, this, I tell you. I think in Australia they say bloody fuck. Yeah, I've got a bit of the styptic on my hand now. There's no slickness on this side. This is like snot. It's super slick. No slickness, coming back a little bit now. Like there's nothing slickness there. Yeah, that has. I think all in all, it's still okay. It's not, hasn't been a great shave, but it's been a good shave. There's definitely irritation there today. There wasn't much yesterday, there's definitely irritation today. Now, that could be down to the soap. Maybe I've jinxed myself, but it could be the scent strength on that soap and the actual scent oils used in it. We'll have a little look anyway once the brush is rinsed out. I just wanted to give everyone a shout out that watched the video, commented, sent me emails, messages and all sorts yesterday and today, continuing on today, with regards to my latest videos talking about mental health, my mental health, everyone's mental health. But the videos themselves weren't put out there to ask for help from anyone, from me personally. They were actually put out there to just make people aware that you're not alone, you're not on your own in any mental struggles that you're going through, any struggles, you're not alone. There's people out there way worse than you are. You know, there's no one person that is the worst in the world. There's always someone worse off than you as far as I'm concerned. And what I found in this community, this hobby, is it is filled with people that will do a lot, take time out of their own day, time out of their own lives, even if they've got their own mental health struggles, including myself, to help you in any way they can. You know, I've seen people run raffles, and I know that's monetary gain, it's to help people, but they'll do anything and everything. They'll sell off the best gear and make the most money to try and help someone out. It's an amazing community, and there was no negativity yesterday. There was no macho men jumping out there. You know, it was refreshing and gratifying to know that people out there are going through similar problems. You know, there was one chap that commented in it, and I don't know whether he felt better after he did, but I like to think that he did feel better, that he'd actually spoken about it in front of people that have a common ground in shaving. We all come from different walks of life. We generally all come from different countries, different backgrounds, different upbringings. I came from in many ways a very privileged upbringing. You know, I wasn't a part of a rich family, but a very hard-working family that made good money. I was wanting for nothing in my whole life. I got every PlayStation and computer game that came out when it came out. I was absolutely spoiled rotten. And now that I'm here, my kids get spoiled as well, but now that I'm here, I look back on it and think it's not the best thing to happen to you. Sometimes it's best to walk on your own 2 feet and deal with your own shit. But when you're a parent, you want to give your kids the best of everything. You don't want them wanting in anything. It's the way it is. We are probably not, well, actually, sorry, my wife's probably not as bad as me with the kids. I'm very soft with the kids in terms of, if they see something, I generally just buy it. Maybe that's part of my own issue of buying stuff. But to all you out there that are there, I think it was Oleg that put that comment on. It was refreshing, and I've seen a lot of it as a police officer. I've seen a lot of it, a lot of neglected families, neglected people. I've seen a lot of people that felt neglected. Obviously there's 2, 3, 4 sides to every story, but from what I could read into it, they actually weren't. It was just their own mindset that created that for them, and you've got to try everything to try and help these people, and I did. I did everything I possibly could for everyone I dealt with in the police. I gave them every hope and every chance that I could give them through my job and through my own personal experiences and life to try and help them. So it was great to see the community that watched my channel come together and with so much love and togetherness. It was brilliant. I really appreciated all the comments. I appreciated the emails, the personal messages, that people were there whenever needed, if you just wanted to chat to someone. And to be honest with you, if you're out there and you're struggling to talk to people, this is the best people to do it with, people that you don't actually know, that have a common ground in wet shaving, because it's such a niche hobby. To be able to talk to people like that have had all their own experiences, that a lot of these people are older as well, you know, in the 50s, 60s, some of them in the 70s. I've got a vast knowledge of experience of just living on the planet for longer, more jobs, more things, more hassles, more hardships. Some of them might have came through everything and absolutely nothing happened to them, but that doesn't mean you can't learn from those people. So that being said, thank you very much on behalf of me, and I'm hoping other people that have been struggling, that have read and commented and seen things, that may just make that step to try and help themselves. That's the hard part, making the step yourself and walking through the door of a psychologist or a doctor's office and saying, there's something wrong with me, I don't know what it is, but I need help. And that's sometimes the hardest thing to do. It really is. Moon soap, Amaretto Speciale. Beautiful scent. It's a cracking performing cream. Really, really good cream. Great ingredients, and the scent on it's fantastic. I may have had a slight reaction to the soap, but I'm not sure. I think it might be, I might have been just not quite with it today with the Chivette. I gave it a good go, but I'm exhausted. I'm starting to see the darkness under here. The top of my eyes is really dark. I'm just very, very tired. And I might just stick to the safety razor for a little bit, just to keep me sane and not chewing myself up. The brush was my Envy Shave Abalone brush, the 25mm black quill knot. Super soft, super beautiful, fantastic brush. Hand turned to perfection, or it would have been when it was first done, but it had been scuffed up. Thanks to Milton. I don't know if he still watches my channel, but he did polish this up for me, and it looks brand new. Did a cracking job of it, which I can imagine trying to hand polish, or not hand polish, but I don't know, he might have hand polished it, because I don't know how he would have put it in his lathe to polish it. So I hope he didn't. I never actually asked him. I always just assumed he would have done it in the lathe, but he couldn't. There's not a blemish on this brush now. Like, he's got every single striation mark, everything off it. First razor was it's been my go-to of late. My Feather Artist Club stainless steel with a second use Feather super professional blade, which is the scariest of all the feather blades. It's got the most blade exposure, so it causes problems like I've had today if you're not careful. The Carve Christopher Bradley razor with the B plate, which is 0.73 blade gap. Now this one, as you can see the length of it here, this is a 3.25 inch handle, so it's not massive. If I stick my middle finger up, you can see it's at the same length, so get it up here. Cracking razor. And the blade that's in there, that Derby Ooster blade, is a very nice blade. It's pretty smooth, it's certainly sharp, and it's got me to where I normally am with my shave. I'm very close. A little bit rough down here. I didn't want to start smashing about down here and get more weepers. Everything looks like it's healed up and closed, so that means it is. I can't remember who it is. Someone doesn't like it. It annoys me a little bit, if I'm honest, because he spelt essentials. Essentials. AP Reserve Essentials Restoration Peptide Concentrate Serum. I learned how to talk that fast on camera from Ken over at Ken Shaving and De-Essing. I'm just going to put that wasn't a very good score. There we go. Wasn't much came out that time. I know why it is actually, now that I think on it. It's because I opened it yesterday. I think I opened it yesterday on camera. And when I open it, it sort of loses the vacuum a little bit. So the first couple of pumps don't give you much, and then it goes back into its rotation of giving you a good measured sort of squirt. I haven't gone against the grain there today. I've just felt that. I normally always go against the grain there, so a bit of redness there where I slice myself down here. That's the ingrown hair from yesterday, and you can see here, just down that section there a little bit. So, AP Reserve Essentials. Let's see how it does overnight. We'll have a look at it some more. And we can sort of grade how well it has restored the skin. And with that, I enjoyed the shave, I enjoyed talking shit again. I sincerely hope if anyone does watch this and you're in a bad place mentally, go and speak to someone, talk to someone. It doesn't have to be a friend, it doesn't have to be anyone you know. Call helpline, you know. Sometimes it's just, there was a phrase that came out years and years ago when I was a kid, and came from a company which is very similar to Telstra in Australia, and it was BT. And I'm not even sure whether BT is still a thing in the UK. They probably are. It was British Telecom, and the phrase and the slogan was, "It's good to talk," and it's so true. We don't talk enough these days. Everything's done through Messenger and text messages and emails and conferences and things like that. Sometimes it's just good to talk. So there we go. It's good to talk. Go and do some. Stay safe, drive safe. Don't drink and drive. I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.